Okay, so the forest in my yard has a bunch of black walnut trees, so I'm gonna try collecting some. I'm very new to this, so I'm sure I do many things wrong. I've already collected some, and I know for a fact I'm already doing something wrong because these I collected a while ago, several weeks, which A, was probably too early, and B, they've probably dried too much and gotten too black, which I think makes them bitter maybe, and you're not supposed to do that. So yeah, these are probably not going to be good, but I'm going to keep them anyways. But I'm going to try and collect some more now, which should be the right time. So if my batch has some yummy ones and some terrible ones, then I'll know I did it wrong. And if they're all good, then I'll know it doesn't matter. You're supposed to it's supposed to be mushy. This one's too hard. Ooh, that's mushy. The problem is I don't know if they're mushy because they were ripe when they fell, or because they've been rotting on the ground. I just don't know. Let's see. See, like, I'm saving the squishy ones, but often they're smaller than the big ones. Which makes me think they've just been sitting on the ground. They're not actually any riper. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. But that's kind of why I'm doing it. If I do it once early, and then do another round in a few weeks, and that one's way better, oh, I've got my answer. Okay, I think that's enough. So I've seen several ways of doing this be recommended. The one I'm going to try is filling the bucket with water right up to the level of the nuts, then trying to stir it around with like a paint stirrer on a drill. I'm probably supposed to let them rot a little more first, but I'm gonna see what happens if I just do it now. The reason I'm going this route is because I want to kind of also try to create a wood stain out of this. I'm going to use on a table I'm building, so I'm hoping to save the nuts and the liquid. Here goes nothing. Last time I played around with these walnuts, I didn't wear gloves and my hands got super stained. My wife was not a huge fan, so this time I'm gonna wear gloves. Okay, I'm doing it in my yard. I've seen how messy it can get. Water level seems like it's dropped a little. Maybe they're absorbing it, or maybe there's a leak. We'll see. Seems more helpful if I like push down as I do it, kind of squeeze them. Although, could be wrong, I'm kind of just making it up. Let's see if make any progress here. These might have been the one I already de-husked. I de-husked a couple weeks ago. Well, I underestimated the amount of time this would take. Or more accurately, I overestimated the time I had left. So I drained and strained. This is the stain and the husks. This is the ones I have not even succeeded yet at de-husking. And these are the walnuts I've obtained. So I'll have to let these sit for a day and try again tomorrow, which will probably make it easier, honestly. So not a big deal. I feel like some of these are floating just because the husks is left on them. So it's the next day. I'm going to try it a different way. I think the first way I was trying it weeks ago was actually easier for me, which is to use one of these things and just do it by hand. So let's give it a shot, see what we think. That'll be the stain, and that's where the walnuts are. I like this process better. I think it took me about 15 seconds per walnut, I think. I'll count again in the video, but I think I was making faster progress than yesterday, but I think in theory yesterday was definitely faster if you know what you're doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. I think a big part of that is probably letting the walnuts rot enough such that the husk actually comes off when you stir it. Mine were probably too fresh and the husk wasn't coming off. I know there's other methods, just like driving over the walnuts on a gravel. All of that can probably be way faster than this method, but I found myself making less of a mess. It's less splatter. I can contain the mess mostly to just my gloves. And also I'm trying to save the husk for the stain, so that helped a lot too. So I like this method. I'm probably going to continue doing this method, at least until I get too fed up if it starts taking forever. But for now I like this better. So I had these drying overnight, but then I watched some videos and I think they're still too dirty, not clean enough. And most people cleaned them a lot more by stirring them in a bucket. Maybe that's all I was supposed to be doing in the bucket last time, but I think some people use the bucket to get the husks off, but they also used it to clean it more, so I'm gonna have to do that now. Okay, so I did that about 4 times. They're quite a bit cleaner. They're still not super clean, but I think it's as good as I'm gonna get them. So, time to put them in a tub and let them dry.